one user try to submit their application to a Spark cluster, then what happens? How it goes? Then we will see. So the machine which you are using to submit an application called edge node or a client node. Generally, this machine contains all your applications pre-installed. Example, Spark, Hadoop, or whatever is necessary to submit an application. This machine is fully loaded. Okay, because why it is not possible to give access to an worker node is it's not recommended everybody connect worker node, right? It should come through a master node, right? You can't directly work on worker node directly. That is why company will decide few edge nodes. You have to log in or submit your application through that IPs. Let us say they allocated one node which is called edge node. Edge node is a node where you are going to submit your application. That is the meaning of edge node. This we can call it as gateway node where we are entering, or edge node or client node. Now, what happens when you submit application, Spark application? First, let us assume, I will tell you guys. So memory management, how to assign a number of cores, how to assign memory, that we will discuss in detail in upcoming session. But now what you have to understand is, let us assume based on my requirement, I need 3 executor. I given a command to a Spark that I need 3 executor. Leave it about the memory as of now, or cores as of now. Let's focus on the executors. There is some code. To execute that code and particular data, I require 3 executors. So I mentioned that I need Spark executors, number of executors equal to 3. Then the moment if I give that instructions, then it will go to Spark yarn cluster manager. Guys, here again I will take a same example. If you visit a hotel, directly you go and go inside your rooms, right? First time when you go to hotel, where you will visit, where you contact, to whom you will contact? Can you please tell me anyone? To whom you are going to contact to get a rooms?
Reception.
Yes. Who is maintaining it? There is a manager, hotel manager or reception, who will manage all these rooms, right? You don't have a permission to go directly rooms. That is why when request comes from us, you have to contact cluster manager, receptionist to get a rooms. Now, cluster manager is a plays very vital role. Through cluster manager only, you have to enter into the cluster. Now, okay, you submitted application to cluster manager. What next? What it will do is, it will create an application master. It will start an application master any one worker node which is nearer to your data. It will start an application master, one of the worker node of the cluster. AM is the application master. Okay, now what is the role of application master? What application master will do? The application master create a driver, because in our Spark or application, when you are submitting, there is a main program, right? So main program is a driver program. Generally, people will call main program is a driver program. There is a master. So application master launches driver inside the worker node. Okay, same worker node where application master is there, same worker node. It will use us to launch a driver. Okay. Now, what driver will do? Driver creates a Spark context or Spark session. Guys, don't get confused. I'm using here SC, but you can assume this is a Spark session. It is SC in case of 2.0 version, later PR to 2.0 version. You can understand we are using later 2.0 version. Whenever I'm calling it as SC here, you have to understand Spark session. Okay. Then driver will create a Spark session. Why it is required? Okay, it is required to access rest of the worker nodes. Now, step 1, you are submitting application to yarn. Step 2, yarn will start application master in one of the worker node. Application master launch driver, which is master, you can say master process. And what driver will do? Driver creates a Spark session. Driver, see, Spark session, You can think as a assistant. Let us say application master here is a project manager. Driver is a technology lead. Okay, then Spark context or Spark session is an example key. Okay, now you get a room. Now you are going along with your manager. Okay, and manager is there and lead is there and data engineers are there. Example, what you do, manager creates a technology lead. Lead supposed to lead the team, right? Now, okay, to enter into that room, what you required? Key, right? So by using this Spark key, lead can open the room, right? Now you're good to go. Whatever you want to do a work, you can do inside that room. That means a cluster. Again, I'm repeating the steps. When you submit an application, it goes to yarn cluster, and then yarn cluster starts application master, then application master launch driver, then driver creates a Spark session. Now story begins. Now Spark session is kind of assistance to a driver. Okay, what it will do now, Spark session will request a resource manager. See, resource manager is a master daemon here, which is installed inside the master node. So it will manage all resources. Okay, now what it will do is resource manager will allocate resources. Who will request? Driver or Spark session resource manager allocate the resources. What resources, where it got allocated? See here, worker node 1, 2, and 3. I requested 4 executors. Now it launched 4 executors. Can anyone got a doubt that why it has created one executor here? Why not here? Can anyone answer this question? Is it mandatory that Spark supposed to create executor in other worker node? Can't it create executor inside a first worker node itself? Did you get a doubt?
So that if that worker node goes down, they will still have 2 more workers.
Yes. There is a rack awareness concept in Hadoop. You no need to learn much. So Spark is very intelligent. It generally don't create containers, multiple containers in a single node. It always depends on other worker nodes also. If due to some reason, if that particular worker node goes down, so we lost loss of data. Of course, Spark can recreate the same executor in another worker node parallelly, but by the time you already lost some time, right? That is called fault tolerance. Due to features of fault tolerant, Spark can relaunch another executor in another worker node. That is the strength of the Spark. Okay, but thing is, we are wasting time, right? It will take a lot of time than the usual. That is why Spark very intelligent. It won't create all executor inside the same worker node. If there are multiple worker nodes are available, what if only one worker node having 8 cores? Can anyone answer? Let us say I have only one worker node having 8 cores. Is there any chance to create an executor in any other worker node? No, right? So by default, Spark will create or launch 4 executor in only one worker node. If you have only one worker node, let us say if you have 2 worker nodes, it will launch executors in both the worker nodes. Okay, that is why to explain that concept, I purposefully launched executors in other worker nodes. We are able to launch the executors. Now what next? There are tasks. We will discuss in detail task. Task means, I told you, right? Let us say if you are 256 MB of data, then there are 2 partitions it will create. Partition size I'm taking 128 MB. One partition is equal to 128 MB. By default, generally we will talk. Number of tasks are equal to number of partitions. Now, if you want to process 256 MB of data, then it will create 2 partitions. That means it will create 2 tasks. Now, let us say 512 MB data. Then, can you please tell me how many partitions it will create or how many tasks it will create? Can anyone tell me, please? If it's the 512 MB data.
4 partitions.
Four.
If 128 MB. Lol.
Yes, 4 tasks, right? Number of partitions is called number of tasks. So it will create 4 tasks. Now what it will do, this driver or a Spark session will send these 4 tasks. Who will decide this task? This driver will create this task. Let us say if my data is 512 MB, how many task driver will create? 4 task driver will create. Then it will send these 4 tasks to these executors. Okay, these executors. Now executors perform the execution and send the results back to driver. Before that, I forgot to add one more thing. As and when a cluster manager launches the executors inside the worker nodes, that executors will register with the driver. To correlate, let us say you guys 4 members went to hotel, then asked for rooms, right? They allocated 2 rooms. Those 2 rooms belongs to you only. Nobody will use that 2 rooms. Am I correct or wrong?
Yes.
Can other application use the same executor? Now, can you please someone explain the answer? Is it possible? Is it possible others can use your room?
No.
That means if some executors are already assigned to you, no other application can access that executor unless you unregistered it. You can, when you vacate, only other can come to that room, right? Are you getting me?
Yeah. So if one executor
But-
is creating 4 tasks, then those 4 tasks will be occupied by one application only, not the other one.
Yes, you're
Okay,
correct.
Okay.
You're correct.
Got it.
We are assigning executor, not tasks. I mean, a cluster manager is giving you executor, correct?
Yeah.
So I hope you got a clarity.
Yeah.
Great. This
But
is very good
Naresh,
question.
a while ago you told me that the executors will share the data between both of them.
Yeah, same application. There's a catch here. There's a note. Same application. Whoever is asking question, again, I will go back. Okay, we went 4 guys to a room. Okay, we took 2 rooms. Now you tell me, we 4 are same, right? Same company, or let's say same project. Now, third person can come to first room, or first person can go to second room. Correct? Any problem?
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So task is, let us say 4 guys are having 4 tasks or 4 partitions. Let us say you, me, and there are 2 more friends. We took 2 rooms. Okay. Now each room is having 2 tasks. So, but we can share our rooms, right? What is the problem? But we can't share with others.
Okay.
What it? Now,
Naresh, can you explain this once more? Like how you decided the number of partitions?
let us say there are 512 MB data. Okay, you want to process that 512 MB of data. Okay, if you are using underlying storage is HDFS, in HDFS by default one block is 128 MB. You are aware?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So in other storage platform also we have to check whether how much Spark partition is doing. But generally ideal partition size is 128 MB. Okay. Now let us assume if ideal size is 128 MB, you tell me out of 512 MB of data, how many partitions will be created? Divided 4. 4 partitions, right?
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
so one thumb rule is number of tasks is equal to number of partitions in Spark.
Okay.
Now you tell me how many tasks we got
4
it now.
tasks. Yeah.
That's it. Any question?
Okay. No. Thank you.
Okay. Now guys, we are repeating the steps that it performs when you submit application in cluster mode. What happens in Spark? Now let me go ahead next slide. This is the same slide but theory. Whatever we discussed in previous slide, we are going to discuss theory here. Now, what will happen? Users submit the Spark application to a cluster manager. What is a cluster manager? Yeah. Now what happens? Resource manager starts the application master in any one of the worker node inside the cluster. Now, application master will launch the driver on the same worker node inside the cluster. Now, driver creates a Spark context or Spark session on the same worker node. Okay. SC, that is Spark context or Spark session, request resource manager and acquire the required executors, and these executors will be registered with a driver. Now, driver convert a user's code to a logical DAG and then physical DAG, and then it finally creates a task. Don't worry, we have a dedicated slide in our upcoming sessions. What is this DAG? Okay, we will show you practically. You no need to worry. Just understand, driver creates a task. In this case, how many tasks it will create? 4 tasks it will create. Now, Spark context sends all these tasks to executors. Now, driver will keep the track of all the executors running status and get the results from them. And on successful completion of all the tasks, executors will unregister with the driver. When we vacate our room, we will hand over the key to our receptionist. That means we are unregistering. And finally, drivers send the results to the respective location as per the code and close the application. That in this case, if user is submitting, and let us say user submitted one command that show or display or whatever, then it will show that results on the edge node. We may use save as text file or save as some other commands where results will store in a particular location. That is why I written here, driver send the results to the respective location as per the code and close the application. That's it. So again, I'm just repeating, guys, when we submit an application in a cluster mode, what happens is our request goes to cluster manager, that is Yarn. Then Yarn will starts the application master any one of the worker node, and application master launches the driver program in the same worker node. Then driver program will create the Spark context or a Spark session in the same worker node. Spark context or Spark session will request the resources from a resource manager, right? Resource manager will launch the executors inside the worker nodes, and then driver program will send the task to executors. Executor executes the task and send the results to driver node, and then executor unregistered with the driver node. Then driver send the results to desired location. When question comes now, then what should come in your mind is this picture. Just memorize this picture and explain that. I hope this session or the topics that so far we discussed is clear. Any other questions, guys?
So Naresh, I have 2 questions.
Mhm.
Okay, so can we dynamically change the configuration of executor? Let's say, for example, for one application, I need, let's say, 2 core, 2 GB, assume. So that will suffice my requirements. But then for another application, I need 4 core, 4 GB. Then is it possible that in same worker node, we may have, for one application, we may have executor with 2 GB, 2 GB RAM?
It is
and
possible. It is
Okay.
possible. You
And
will see that tomorrow.
but then let's say we have I mean, for one application it is working on 2 GB 2 core, but then for another application we can create 4 GB 4 core.
If
that
worker
one.
node is available, if worker node is available resources, then yes, you can.
Okay, and then second question is, can a worker node have two can have 2 executors with different configurations? There's one executor with 2
Yes,
GB.
it
Okay,
is
fine.
possible if worker node is having a
Yeah,
available.
yeah. So let's say we have a lot of resources
Yes.
in the worker node, then we can do that, right?
Possible.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah. You will see that practical in our next session.
Okay, great.
Kindly let me know what's your feedback on today's session. How you feel? Is it okay, my explanation? Are you able to follow what I'm telling you? Is there any improvements that I need to do? Anywhere you did not follow, can you please give me a feedback so that I will try to improve myself in our upcoming classes?
I actually think your explanation was very good. I mean you try to use different kind of like analogies to explain it, which I think was very good though. So I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I agree with Joe.
Yeah, I'm in the United States, so it's like 1 o'clock right now. So I'm still up. I'm at work, but I'm still joining.
You know what? Same. Babita Madam also is from USA. She
Oh,
generally
it's
sleep,
12 o'clock
but
for me.
so Babita Madam continuously, she won't miss even one session. She continues. This is now we ended little early, but in our previous sessions where we executed projects live, right? So she used to sit till 1 a.m., 1:30 also.
Yeah, I'm trying it right now. I work like it's not busy, so hopefully I get to join. But maybe later on, hopefully it's still
Right.
less
No problem.
busy. So yeah,
No problem.
but
Naresh, from my end, I'm new to this, so but yeah, I loved the session. I'm really thankful to you. But since this is completely theoretical, so I get confused because of until unless I see a practical. But yes, I love the session and thank you so much, Naresh, for your.
Tomorrow, by end of the session, you will be very much comfortable that you can answer any interview question out of all these sessions. If I ask you, let us say how much memory or how many cores you required to execute 100 GB of data, then you yourself will give that statistics. That much knowledge you will get it from tomorrow.
Yes, Naresh. Thank you. Thanks. I'm looking forward to that. And yes, I love the session and it's very good, Naresh.
Thank you so much. So it is very important for us, whatever comment that you are giving here, I request you to please take a 2 minutes time or a 1 minute time and write your comments so that it kind of a motivation to us and also helpful for others to join this course. Indirectly, you may helping us. Okay, this is only small request.
So Naresh, I like the examples you give. So real life scenario, like you give, you mentioned that it is very, I mean, unwanted example, like you mentioned the barber shop that clean garbage. But then I think that that's a real life scenario. So we understand easily with those kind of examples. So even the application manager and then driver and then you said four engineers and all. So one can go to another room,
Yes.
the other can. Yeah. So those are like we can connect easily. With such
Easily,
examples.
and you never mug up, right? You can say your answer if interviewer asking a different type of questions, the same concept. Correct?
Like it's a very layman terminology and it will be really helpful in understanding all this concept.
You will see a lot many examples like this in upcoming sessions also. And I don't know whether you guys joined our project 1 or project 2. Babita Madam or other folks are already aware that wherever it is possible, we will give you real-time scenarios so that it will connect a lot.
Yeah, I missed that session. That's what I saw that one. I enrolled that, and after that one, I chosen this Databricks master.
You will enjoy, guys. I'm taking some time to explain this. You believe me. Project 1, project 2, and this Databricks live sessions. If you guys thorough with these 3, I think you are done. You are as good as 2 to 3 years experience guy. You can put your hand on your heart and say, I'm having 2 to 3 years real-time experience. Nobody will question you. I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember the project 1, the Azure project 1. I think you made this analogy about the self-hosted integration and like the link service, how you use like different type of apples, and I feel like that helps a lot. I mean, I really understand that by using that kind of analogy on the fruits.
Yeah. So I strongly recommend whoever is going to complete a project 1, I strongly recommend you should complete project 2 because much more enhancements happened in a project 2. So go one by one. You first complete project 1 and then take a project 2. Of course, you are joining this course. I'm sure within couple of months you will be at par market and you will crack the job if you haven't get it. And if you are already cracked the job, then you love to work projects in your company.
Thank you so much. And session was very useful because I have never seen that architecture you have given, like you have created by yourself.
Guys, I don't know whether you believe me or not. It took for me each slide to create. It took for me almost 2 to 3 hours. Maybe looking it is very simple, but I made many transformations. This is a fair version that you guys are seeing.
Actually, I came across lot of videos about for Spark architecture, but I didn't get to this type of architecture. So it was very wonderful, and I think you have given hard work on this. So it's appreciable, and it's very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that too. Thank you.
We are good to close. And by the way, we are going to share these notes. Whoever purchased, of course, all of you already purchased. So this every session will have one presentation and notes. Whatever is the notes, we are going to place. Okay. So when I upload a data, when I upload the video, you will also see these notes. You can use these notes, but it should be in a PDF format. All right. I think we are good to close. Thank you so much for your time and patience. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Naresh.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.